Welcome to Hemp Foundation Talks, where we listen to the heartbeats of the hemp industry and learn the celebrations, challenges, and discoveries from hemp leaders and advocates from around the world. I'm Rebecca, International Business Officer with the Hemp Foundation and your host. Today's guest is Alice Peterson. Alice is the president of Kentucky Heritage Hemp, the premier provider of 100% USDA certified organic CBD and other hemp products. KHH extracts CBD and CBG from organic hemp plants and creates top-of-the-line extracts, distillate, isolate, and custom blends. The company's laboratory is cGMP and kosher certified. Kentucky Heritage Hemp's bulk wholesale ingredients are used by the world's most exacting consumer brands for capsules, tinctures, drinks, edibles, and topicals. After starting her career in large public companies, PepsiCo, Kraft, and Sears, Peterson shifted to high-growth businesses. Her early focus was finance and M&A before moving to operating roles. She ran the treasury and corporate finance functions at Sears during the company's restructuring in the mid-90s and was asked to lead the Sears online business in '99. She grew it from 0 to 500 million in 18 months. She left the Fortune 100 world and in 2002 founded Sears Global. Series created a technological platform to provide risk management, ethics, and compliance solutions for businesses large and small. This service became a core service for business focused on environmental, social, and governance. Series was acquired by a public company in 2009. She stayed with the acquiring company through 2011 to open and grow markets in Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. Peterson is the founder and principal of the Loretto Group, which helped businesses achieve sustainable profitability, operational scaling, and winning cultures. This built on a prior role as Executive Vice President of Operations for Flourish, a cannabis grower, processor, manufacturer, and retailer in Michigan. There, she was responsible for bringing together the people, processes, and systems to build velocity into the core business model. Prior to joining Flourish, Ms. Peterson ran a healthcare startup where she operationalized the founder's concept, raised capital, and enhanced the user experience. She had previously worked in private equity, where she bought, turned around, and sold companies with her partners. She started and ran Big Shoulders Capital, an asset-based lender. Alice Peterson has served on the boards of large and small public and private companies for more than 20 years. Public company boards include 360 Communications, Fleming Companies, TBC Corporation, Haynes Brands, and Williams Partners. She currently serves on the board of SP Plus Corporation, NASDAQ, and chairs its audit committee. She is a qualified financial expert. She's a member of the Economic Club of Chicago, the Chicago Network, and the International Women's Forum. She holds an MBA in finance from Vanderbilt University. Awesome. Hey, Alice, welcome to Hemp Foundation Talks. It's such a pleasure to have you on the show and getting to know a little bit more about you and just the rich heritage of Peterson Farms. And maybe you can start off by introducing that a little bit to our audience that might not know about you and the rich history of your farm.
Sure. Well, it's great to be with you. Yes, I'm the fourth of 8 Petersons in the Peterson farm family. The 3 girls all hightailed it out of the farm pretty fast since it was very male-centric back in those days. That's changed gladly, but Peterson Farms has been farming for 13 generations, actually, having come over from Holland in the 1600s. Yeah, they actually farmed Manhattan Island, but made their way to Kentucky, where it's currently a grain farm, primarily corn and soybeans and wheat, with much of the corn and wheat sold to the bourbon industry. That's very prominent in central Kentucky. But 5 years ago, the farm was asked to grow for Charlotte's Web, which is what got Peterson Farms into the hemp business, and since then has been growing, and 3 years ago started Kentucky Heritage Hemp. So we are now extracting and processing the organic hemp flower that is grown on Peterson Farms.
Amazing. And Charlotte's Web, I know, has such a stellar reputation, and I imagine that's due to the quality of the product as well. And maybe you can speak and share a little bit about that as well. You know, the importance of your process and quality with organic supply in the CBD.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, you're right that Charlotte's Web is committed to quality and has really taken all of their product lines into organic product. We are 100% USDA certified organic, and every step of our process is actually certified organic. So not just the farm where the hemp is grown, but also the drying operation, the grinding operation. It is then taken to our cGMP certified facility, which is also certified organic and also kosher. So quality, we think, is really just our calling card. It's our brand. It's what we stand for. And we're selling to the most exacting brands out there that are looking for that kind of quality.
Mm-hmm. So what made you guys decide to take that leap? I mean, from farming something that's, you know, consistent that you know of, to this emerging market in CBD and taking that plunge. Like, what was it like for you guys in taking that plunge into something new, into hemp?
Yeah, you know, it's part of our culture to continuously be learning and growing. And if you look at the history of the family, actually, they have constantly, you know, sort of reached ahead. So for example, they were doing regenerative farming 45 years ago.
Wow.
A lot of people are just talking about that today. Yeah. And of course, there's always something new to learn and new to adopt. Mm-hmm. So it's not like it's ever over, but I would say that innovation is sort of in the blood, if you will. Mm-hmm. And hemp is a diversification for Peterson Farms. So, and I guess most importantly, we feel passionately about CBD helping people and what keeps us going, because I think, as you know, this has been a tough slog here.
Yeah.
There is just such an imbalance in the market between supply and demand that it has been tough for farmers and for extractors and processors to make money given the low prices today.
Right.
But we're confident that's going to come back into equilibrium. And you know, we're in it for the long haul, but what keeps us there is seeing all the people that we're helping every day. So that's the real driver.
And your product, your biomass goes into many different products as well?
Yes, it does. We would be found in edibles of all sorts. We sell to gummy manufacturers, to tincture manufacturers. We even have an ice cream customer making CBD infused ice cream. It's also in topicals, body creams, body lotions, and salves, and massage oils, and then, you know, there are products that are made with broad spectrum, and then some products that are made with full spectrum CBD. We also have CBG, which has been growing, a growing part of our portfolio. And we do custom blends. So sometimes customers want a specific proportion of CBD to CBG or other cannabinoids, and we're able to put those custom blends together for our customers.
That's amazing. I remember you were telling me on our last conversation too, that you think that you guys have the only CBG organic isolate. Is that
That's true? Right. Yeah. Well, we don't know of anybody else who's making it. We always keep our eyes open, but yeah, we're making both CBD and CBG organic isolate.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit more for people who might not know, what is the difference in the applications?
Yeah. Well, and isolate, as you probably, I know you're aware, but you're right. So it is really the purest form of the cannabinoid itself. So with a CBD isolate, we're really getting every other piece of matter out of the plant except for that isolated CBD.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so it ends up being somewhere 98, 99% CBD. So it's in a powdered form. It's a white powder that is easy to formulate with. It is very much in demand for a number of other I guess, processes that are done to it. For example, making it water soluble.
Mm-hmm. Because then it could more easily be applied to other applications. And,
that's right.
And mixed and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit more of, we've been into the marketplace for a while now, and there's kind of been some ups and downs. What have been some of the unique challenges that you guys have had to overcome? I know one of which is just having that high standard, right? And you were saying like how many different certifications and checks and balances that you've had to, maintain this level of quality. But looking at that and the challenges with that, and then also looking at, the marketplace and the growth and kind of what do you envision that is next?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the biggest thing that all of us are waiting for is the FDA and or Congress to give us the specific rules around deploying hemp products into the marketplace, whether it's through the edible side or the topical side. And that's going to be a huge opportunity for all of us when that occurs. Mm-hmm. I mean, we all want to protect consumers. There's no question about that, especially someone like Kentucky Heritage Hemp, which has invested so much behind all of the quality. This is not cheap. It is not easy. Mm-hmm. And it's not a one-time thing. It's every day that you're staying with all of those standards, all of those practices that are required to earn those certifications. So we really think that the federal, when the federal guidelines are clarified, that's going to be like a floodgate opening.
Yeah, and you guys are ready because you've already kind of done your due diligence and prepared for higher level of compliance, I would say.
That's right, and we're very ready. You're right.
Yeah. I can't remember now what the next thing I was going to ask you, but yeah, just what is next? I mean, what is next for Peterson Farms? What is your guys' outlook? Besides, waiting as we're waiting for things to change and FDA to open the gates a little bit more for us. Like, have you guys been innovating in any other ways in regards to a hemp?
We have, yeah. I mean, look, we're going to stay committed to the cannabinoid side of the hemp business, and yet we see a lot of opportunity in the fiber side as well. Mm-hmm. And they're not mutually exclusive. Right. But what I would say at the core is our commitment to sustainability and to the environment, and assuring that we're leaving the world a better place than when we came into it. Mm-hmm. Is a really big focus. So with the innovations on the hemp fiber side in the making of biochar, for example, which is just huge in terms of carbon sequestration, there is, right. And improving the soil health. We think that that's something that is worthy of our attention. Mm-hmm. And I think we'll always be innovating on the cannabinoid side as well. There is so much more to learn about this incredible plant and all of its health and wellness qualities. If the FDA were here, I would say they're alleged health and wellness qualities. But no, we certainly feel like, you know, both organic and regenerative practices are like the practices that all of us should be adhering to.
Right.
Because, you know, we don't want pesticides and fertilizers in our product, and we need to be building healthy soils for the future.
Right. So yeah, speaking of regenerative, you know, organic agriculture and soil health, what are some of the things, being that you guys have been leaders and have already been, you know, doing these practices for years, for centuries? Tell me a little bit more of what you've seen as far as the benefits in utilizing hemp and the soil health of the hemp and crop rotations. Have you guys done, you know, such things with utilizing the land that you've already grown crops on and then introducing hemp to it? And what have you seen as far as soil health?
Well, yeah, when I mentioned that the family has been practicing many of these standards for many, many decades, one of them that comes to mind is just simply cover crops. Growing another crop in the off season to put nitrogen and health back into the soil. And that's a standard for us. Yes, crop rotation is absolutely a key part of that. The hemp plant, yes, has a lot of great health building qualities, and so leaving some of that biomass and or spent biomass on the field is another way to build the soil.
Wonderful, wonderful. So if anybody wants to, you know, start their own company, or they're looking for higher quality products, how would they go about contacting you and, you know, getting more information to start on that process?
So certainly visiting our website is an easy way to tell you in a podcast like this exactly what someone should do. We're at www.kyheritagehemp.com, and there you'll find info at kyheritagehemp.com and our phone number and people to contact. And you know, this is it's just like, you know, probably many other industries, but you don't make a deal overnight very often. This is a relationship. You build the relationship, you get to know each other, and you get to trust each other, and then you continue to build that relationship. So we would very much, and we're just looking to also move this industry forward with all of the great minds and all of the energy that's out there behind it right now. And it really feels so much like a team effort. I know that sounds like a cliche, but seriously, if we're not supporting each other and basically, you know, sharing the science and all of the great information that we need to, this is a very nascent industry, and there is so much that we still need to learn and share. So we're committed to doing that as well.
Thank you, Alice. I really appreciate your guys' leadership, and it's not an easy road, I think, you know, to such high standards. For quality, it takes a lot of due diligence, and I really appreciate that, because there's a lot out there, right? And there's a lot out there where, you know, maybe people aren't having the best intentions, and we want to make sure that, you know, others are understanding of what is quality, especially the consumer, because there's it can be confusing.
You're right, especially the consumer. That's where the rubber meets the road. So I agree with that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate, getting to know you more. And I like I like that what you said earlier too, about it's a relationship and building upon that trust and how can we work together, right, to further this industry, because it's still new and growing. And I think the more that we collaborate with each other, the greater good that we can do to move this forward. So
I agree wholeheartedly. And so when you say, how does somebody get started? Get started with people who are good people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, Alice, for your time, and wish all the best as you guys continue to grow and innovate, and keep in touch.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Thank you, Alice.
Thank you for listening to Hemp Foundation Talks. Hemp Foundation is a nonprofit social enterprise on a mission to provide solutions for our current ecological crisis. Hemp Foundation and their brand Uki has created a value chain from village farms to the marketplace, utilizing the many benefits of hemp to overcome deforestation, fight plastic pollution, and support regenerative practices to heal our earth. The foundation supports over 250 small village farmers in the Indian Himalayan region. In addition, they employ widows and women in the production of over 500 hemp products for the marketplace, from clothing to food to hemp bags, a large range of textiles, embroidered fabrics, home goods, and even hemp bioplastic. To learn more, visit hempfoundation.net.